Welcome to the May edition of Making the Most of Die Cutting Machines. This month's feature is on the silhouette sketch pens. On the first project, the layout, I'm going to show you how to use sketch pens with regular cut designs from the Silhouette store. So the first thing I did was open up a new document in my Silhouette Craft Robo software. And then I went to purchase online and it opens up the Silhouette store. I've already had it open here, so I need to get back to the opening page for the store. And I'll kind of give you a brief overview of what that looks like. So here's what it looks like when you open it up. I'm going to go to Browse All. And then you can see it has these tabs across the top. There's regular cut and print and cut, sketch, rhinestone, 3D crafts, and fonts. So I want to see what designs have been created specifically for the sketch feature. So you can see that it pulls up all kinds of designs, and you can scroll through there and see, and here's one of the designs I'll be using for the card. And it just gives you a real good idea. You can see that little square there by each of the designs that has an S in it. That indicates it's a sketch design. This is another one of my favorites, makes beautiful cards. I really like the sketch feature for that. It looks like you're creating a stamped image, but it's sketched. Therefore, you can change the size of this to fit whatever project you're working on. Makes it incredible, so diverse, something you couldn't do with a stamp set. Plus, no hand cutting. I'll show you in a little bit. You can cut just the outside die line after you've sketched the design, and makes for no hand cutting, which I love. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm going to work on the title first. So I opened up this design for my title, and I right-clicked on it, and I'm changing the position settings. I want it to be 7 inches wide. I'm going to move that up a little bit. I already kind of laid out my layout, so I know that's how big I want this. Next, I click Text, and I'm going to uncheck the outline box, and then I'm going to click on the drop-down box and get the font that I want. You can change the size and the height of your text here, but I'm going to do that later. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the quote that I want to use. And the reason I'm doing this, I could sketch out the title and then sketch it and then run the paper through my printer. But this way, if I do it all in the Craft Robo software, I can make sure that the design works together. So you can see it's too big. I'm going to right-click on it, click Position Settings, and I want it to be about 6.5 inches wide, so it fits right underneath my title. So I've changed that, and then I will move it down a little bit. I just like that you can work with it all right here in your Craft Robo software, so you can make sure it fits and works together well. So you can see that the text is red because the red indicates a cut line for the silhouette in this particular case. So I right-click on it and change line settings, and I'm going to change that to black and click OK. Because I am going to be running that portion of the design through my printer instead of through the Silhouette. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick another font, and I'm just going to type in the author of the quote, and I'm going to change the size of that to about 1.5 inches wide by right-clicking and choosing line settings again, and then I will place that right underneath my quote. Oh, I guess about 1.25 inches. And again, it is in red. I want it to print in black, so I need to go to line settings, right-click and click line settings. Oops, clicked the wrong one. And go back here. I'm going to right-click, line settings, modify, and then I can pick any color I want, but I'm just picking basic black, and click OK. I'm ready to print this. If I don't remove the title here real quick, I'm just going to click on it and move it over to the side, it will print in red on my cardstock, which is not cool. That's not what I want. I really want that sketch look for this. So I'm just going to load my paper right into my printer, and you'll click the print button up there in the toolbar on the top of your page. Follow the prompts, click OK, and it will go through your printer. Once I've done that, I'm going to move my title right back over where it was before. And now I'm ready to sketch this on my cardstock. You follow the same steps as if you were going to cut, except you replace the blade with a sketch pen, or if you have the original silhouette, the pen holder, and you could use a regular ballpoint pen. I'm using the sketch pens from Silhouette, but like I said, there are other options. I'm going to go ahead and follow the prompts for cutting, and it will sketch out. And here you can see it's running through my silhouette. It's just sketching out the title, and it worked. If I'd had the blade in, it would have cut it, but I had the sketch pen in there. So there's what it looks like all finished. The next thing I'm going to do, just to save time, I have already opened all of these designs. They are listed on the PDF handout at 2Ps. There's tags, a vine, and a flower. And I am going to change, I clicked on the vine first, and I'm changing the line color of the line settings to blue. For this flower, I'm going to change it to another color. And you could pick anything. I just want something that looks enough different. And I clicked red, but I'm going to change that in a minute since it's close enough to the other red. I think it will be confusing. I'm going to change this one as well. And you just right click on the image, click line settings, modify, and then I'll just pick pink and click OK and OK again. And I'm going to go back to this flower. Like I said, the reds are too close. Click modify, and I'll just pick orange. Or no, green. Let's do green. And I'll click OK and OK again. So you can see now that there are different line setting or line colors for each of these images. The reason being, you're going to go up to File, Document Settings, or Output Settings rather, I'm sorry. See this button that says Cut Line Settings. See how all the boxes are checked? You will uncheck anything that you don't want the machine to cut or draw. So I'm going to do the vine first. I left the blue checked. This makes it nice because you can just do individual things. You don't have to move anything out of the way. I'm following the same basic steps for cutting. Click cut, click OK all the way through. But I have replaced the blade with, in this case, the black sketch pen. So the machine is outputting just cutting the vine right now. Makes it so handy to not have to remove anything since I've already resized all the tags and the images that I want to use. I'm going to go to File and the Cut Line Settings again. I'm going to uncheck the blue and I'm going to check the pink now. Click OK and OK again. Now I'm going to cut just that larger sized flower there on the smallest tag. Follow my cut settings again. Click the cut, click OK all the way through, and now it's outputting cutting. I've replaced the black sketch pen with a pink sketch pen, and it's drawn or sketched that. I'm going to do the same thing with the other flower, and I didn't end up using this tag, but I can use it for something else. I've replaced that sketch pen with a blue sketch pen for that smallest flower. Once I've done that, I'm ready to cut my tags. So I'm going to again go to my cut line settings, uncheck the green, and now I'm going to check the red and click OK. Replace my sketch pens with the blade holder, and then I will follow the steps for cutting. And it is going to actually cut my tags out. So here you can see that they are all finished and what they look like. Super easy, very quick, and I have customized tags. Really fun. I really like this feature. You could do this with tons of different shapes. You could do circles and hearts and whatnot. So there's a little bit close-up of the title and a close-up of those tags with some embellishment. The next thing I'm going to show you is my favorite technique to do with the sketch pens. I'm really into the Copic markers right now, and I know a lot of you are too, or even if you're not, you could do this with colored pencils, crayons, other types of markers, whatever you want. Or you could leave it just as is. That would be cool too. But I am going to pick an actual sketch image. And I know there's that flower that I showed you earlier when I had the store open. So I'm going to go through my library and pick that image and just drop that right into my Craft Robo software. So you can see the image and then you can see that outer line. But right now, all the lines are the same. If I had my blade holder in, it would cut on each of those lines. So I don't want that. I'm resizing it right now. I want it to be a little bit smaller for the card that I'm making. So what you're going to want to do is pretty similar to the tags above, is I'm going to need to change the line settings. But since this is all one image, I need to go up and click Ungroup. So I click my image and then I'll go up in the top toolbar and click Ungroup. Come down and I'll click on that very outer cut line. And then I want to right click and again go up to my line settings, and I want to change the color of that line setting to, let's just choose pink. Click OK again. Now I want to draw that image. So I want to go back to File in my my cut line settings, and I'm going to uncheck that pink line. I don't want that pink line to be drawn. I want that just to be my cut line. Then I will follow the steps by clicking the cut, and I have put my black sketch pen in, and it will draw everything that is not that pink outside line. And it's pretty detailed. Once that's done, I'm going to go back to my cut line settings, uncheck the red, check the pink, and replace that black sketch pen with my blade again. And then I will follow the same steps to cut. Click OK, cut, and OK again. And now it will just cut that outside line. So there's what it looks like. And real quickly, I'm going to show you coloring it in with some sketch pens. I'm starting, the center there, I think I'm doing kind of with my medium tone pen. I end up doing it a little bit darker. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this since this isn't really what the class is about, but just show you how nice and how easy this is to do. I didn't have to cut my flower out or anything. I've drawn it, cut it out, and now I can color it in real easy and then pop it onto a card. So just going, and I'm shading it and all of that. Then I'm just going in with my medium tone and just adding some shading kind of where the petals will be darker. That's my mid-tone color. I'm going to go back over that with the darkest color I've chosen right here. Just going to kind of go over some of those same lines, not quite as deep. Just adding, I want it to be nice and shaded. And then I'm going to go over the whole thing with my lightest color and blend it all together. Another fun thing I did was I took a glitter pen and went over each of those little sections there in the center, just so the center of my flower popped a little bit more. Real quick and easy. And then I just finished coloring the rest of the flower, blending it all together. I hope this gives you some ideas of just a few of the great things you can do with the sketch feature using the silhouette. For more ideas and information, please visit twopeasinAbucket.com. Thanks for watching.